Before we get to have a play with Spark plugin and add some unique effects, we thought we'd start at the beginning and take you through the pricing plans that are available, how you can access a free trial just to see if it suits you, also go through the installation and setup procedure. Spoiler alert, it's pretty straightforward, so that's the good news. The one caveat before we delve in is this will not work with personal plans. It's stated on the website quite clearly. That's because we can't put custom code in the advanced code section with a personal plan in Squarespace. So we're looking at, in the UK here, £15 plus VAT per month if you pay annually. So what that works out is £180 plus VAT per year. If that's a little bit steep for you, then it's probably the best time to jump off the course at the moment because you'll only have disappointment with what's about to follow. But if you're still intrigued, let's crack on and have a look at Spark plugin and go through the installation steps.
If you want an instant 20% discount from your first monthly or annual Squarespace plan, we have left instructions in the description. It is both quick and easy to claim your discount at any time of the year. Enjoy.
Okay, now for the good bit. We're going to have a look at Spark plugins, some of the pricing options, a broad idea of how it works, and finally in this chapter, we'll hook it up to a new Squarespace trial website that we're just about to build. Got to decide what's going to go in that trial site, actually. I'll think about it while we have a look through. Okay, so first up we go to customizations and we can see some of the examples here of the type of things that you can do with the Spark plugin. So just some of the button styles here are just a really good example. I'm going to be covering later on how you can overdo it when you have, for example, some button styles that have this effect, some have this, and then it's just convoluted overkill. And that's what we're going to try and avoid, but I don't want to be too much of a buzzkill. Some really nice features here. So, for example, this lists here, when you roll over an image, it just expands the image and contracts it again afterwards. Some really nice overlapping effects. These card lists are really nice as well. I've created the equivalent using custom code, but this, if I've got enough licenses to cover the websites I'm working on, just makes that so much easier. Okay. So that's just an idea of some of the things we can do. Feel free to head over to sparkplugin.com and have a look for yourself. Quite like the text customization option as well, the option to highlight certain text, because I know doing this from scratch with CSS can be a real pain for that effect, albeit I'm not coding all day, every day these days. The list goes on and on. Think of it as a large toolkit that you've got available. So now we have a quick look at how it works. Once we've installed it, we've got this logo here in the top right-hand corner that is actually embedded very neatly into Squarespace. And we can see here now that you have this pop-up that sticks to that section of the page. You can move it around whilst you're going through and adding your own custom styles. And this is the step that we're going to take you through now. So sign up to an account, copy the installation code, and then done. We've got a YouTube video here from the creator of Spark plugin that takes you through the full process. Don't panic because that's what this mini course is for as well. Next up, we're going to have a look at pricing. For businesses and individuals, if you've got one or two sites, if you have two sites running, then that's where you're going to get your best bang for your buck from that approach. Then we've got the designer option from $25 a month if billed annually, or $35 a month if you choose the monthly option. The prices aren't on the low end. You also have the option to buy 10 licenses that work in perpetuity, so there's no upgrade option or anything required for that. And then you can buy that as a one-off fee. That's what we're going to be going for our agency, because we can then sell our projects with the plugins installed without having to ever worry about reusing that license. So if a website goes down, we can move that license to another project. So that's the model that suits us as an agency. However, if you're just looking to create one or two websites, the personal plan should be more than enough for you. And it gives you all of the customizations that you need. So let's go to Get Spark plugin. We've set up a trial previously. I'm now going to upgrade on this account. And we're going to go to we'll go for the designer option. And we'll pay monthly to start with. So if I click continue, it then takes us through to the payment option. And if your details are already in place, just press subscribe. So I now have the app open and I can approve in the app. I'm now subscribed, so now I can create a new site, rename the second one to give it a name, and we're going to create a new personal trainer website. Why not? Okay, with that I can copy the code. If I hover over it, it'll show me where I need to add the code injection, so I'll just double check that, and we can see it's in the advanced and the header section. So I've copied the code. I'm going to head over to Squarespace, click on Get Started. I'm already logged in. You can either create a brand new account at this stage, or you can create a new site in an existing account. Or, of course, you can add this to a website that's already live. So I'm going to scroll down here. I'm going to use the new Build Your Own Template feature. I just created a YouTube tutorial on this in the last couple of weeks, and it's quite a handy little feature here. I think there's a lot more to come from this tool, but in the meantime, it still allows us to get the site built quickly. So I've just made that up. I think we'll just shorten it to JG Personal Trainer. So we've added our name. Now we can choose the structure of our page using these preset designed options. So I'm going to keep it really simple. That's the structure of our site that we've just created. I'll jump to next. Of course, if you just want to add this to an existing page, you can just skip this section entirely. I'm going to add a service page, about and contact. There we go. And we're going to pick a color scheme. I'm going to keep it with monochromatic. The font options here are quite limited. There we go, I'll go Poppins. Really shouldn't be spending too long picking fonts for a site when you're looking at Spark plugins, but I'm a designer. Shoot me. So this is just going to take a few seconds now to set up the new site. That was quicker than usual. Now we've got the welcome messages. We can just flick through these. In fact, I'm just going to close it and jump out of that. And now we're going to go to Settings, Advanced, Code Injection. And from here now we can paste the Spark plugin code into the header section. I'm going to press Save. And there we go. The Spark plugin is installed in the top right-hand corner. We are now ready to start designing and adding new features. There's also a Save button built into Spark plugin as well. Before we wrap up this introductory chapter, I thought I'll just explain the alternative. Normally, we would go to Design from the parent menu and then go to Custom CSS. And for beginners, we've got this scary section here that we can upload custom files to or open in a new window. Then we'd start building our code bit by bit. We don't need to worry about that because Spark plugin will take care of all of that. That snippet of code we've added in is all we need to do on this site because everything code-based is stored on Spark plugin's own servers. That means that it keeps it really neat and is probably meaning the code is more efficient and therefore will be faster loading on your site. Hope you followed that okay. Leave a comment if you have any follow-up questions. Otherwise, we'll catch up with you in the next chapter.
Why not give Spark plugin a try? This Swiss Army knife of an extension is baked into the admin area and can quickly turn Squarespace into a modern, engaging website. There's a link in the description.